What's up, guys? Welcome back to the How to Take Your E30 Apart series. In the last episode, we got the motor out, motor and drivetrain out, and the pretty much whole front clip. Now we're gonna move on to doing the rear end. I think is a lot easier than getting the motor out. I'm gonna drop it as one complete subframe trailing arm diff, all attached. If you don't have, like, let's say a table cart or two jacks, you can do it with one, but it's a real pain. But it can be done with one jack. I'm gonna do it all in one. I have a table cart, so I just need a piece of wood and it'll drop all the way out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the car jacked up, take the wheels off, 17s, and then it's just the two main bolts on the subframe. We have our struts, we have the one diff bolt, and two brake lines, and that is pretty much all it is getting the rear subframe dropped out. Okay, first tip, when you get the car up in the air, normally this is the best place to put a jack stand since it's reinforced on both sides, and so you don't ruin your pinch weld. But since we are removing the subframe, these are gonna come off. So best bet is to put it where the actual jack mount is, right here. These are from Race German, not sponsored, but I do love them. And they're just rubber bushings that go in your jack so that it rests on both sides and you don't mess up the pinch weld. Because if you don't have these, you're gonna put the lip straight on this, and it's just gonna ruin the look of the car. See, these are all straight until you get to the front and someone just mashed it. So get that on there. Get your jack as far as it can go up. If it's got a pin, set the safety pin, and then lower it down. Okay, now that the car's in the air and the wheels are off, first thing I like to do is take care of the e-brake. So just lift it up, slide that off, grab the e-brake boot from the back. There we go. And we'll lift it up, toss it. Now you're gonna need a deep 10, and you get in there and we'll take these two off, shove them down, and then they usually get caught. Let's see if I can zoom in here. So they'll get caught on this, so try to just move them to the outside, and then we'll go underneath and tug them through. So now underneath the car, this is the bigger of the two coming from here. This is your e-brake line, which runs up there. And the same on the other side, right there. So all you have to do is give it a tug, and it'll pop out. Oh, completely missed it. There we go. And pop out, and then we'll slowly pull. And then if you feel like it's getting stuck, you can jimmy it a few times and see if it wants to come through. If not, it's stuck on the e-brake. So we'll just have to go back up and move it. So same thing on this side. Where is it? Right there. We'll just give it a yank, let it pop itself out. There we go. And this one's also stuck, so we'll have to go back up and push them through. Okay, now that the e-brake lines are out, I kind of just wrap them so that they're hanging through the trailing arm, just so they're not dragging on the ground because they become a pain. Now we're gonna get to doing these Allen bolts. We'll leave the nut that actually holds the bracket on the rear alone until we're ready to drop the subframe. So for the Husky set, or this is actually a Duralast set, this is a number 6, HW number 6, and fits nice and snug. If I recommend getting some of these instead of using just like a normal Allen, because it's kind of a pain. If you have an impact, great. If not, a wrench will do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and zap these off. We have 4, 1, 2, and then on the other side 3 and 4, and then we'll leave this alone until we're ready to take the subframe bolt off, and then we're gonna go through and do the, let me zoom in here, turn the light on, sway bar end links. It's easier to remove the bar once the subframe's all out, so we'll do, it's 2 13s on each side. So I'm gonna get this done, then we'll move on to the sway bar. Okay, now for the sway bar end links, we have 2. It's a 213, you'll need a wrench and a socket. So that's one there behind the e-brake, and then the same thing on the other side right there. And once those are off, we'll just push this whole assembly up and forget about it. Okay, now with the sway bar pushed out of the way, we're going to remove a few sensors. So there's a ABS sensor right here, only on the passenger side that runs up. So you disconnect it at the bottom here, right there, and then just kind of tuck it away nice and up there. And the other one is your speed sensor out of your diff. You'll just pull that out and tuck it up as well. Other than that, we're gonna then move on to the brake line. Okay, now the brake lines, just like the fronts, are a 11 and a 14. It's easier to disconnect here than it is up there. I don't really have a great trick on letting them drain, so typically I got another cut water bottle in that. I'll let them sit here as they drain. So now that the brake lines are draining, the next 3 steps kind of go pretty quick if you're dropping it complete. If you're using 2 jacks, this is what I recommend. I recommend leaving these on for now, which will allow the subframe to stay more even as it's dropping. And then once the subframe's out, you can undo these. If you undo them now, they kind of give extra weight to tilt the subframe up, which then locks into the pins. And then as far as the pins, so these are 19s. This bolt right here, let's see, right there is a 7/8. So you can either let the subframe pull itself down, or you can take the nut off while holding onto the subframe with the jack, and you can knock these pins up into the cabin. You will need to remove the rear seats and the carpet right there so that you can get the bolt out. But then the subframe will be completely free and you don't have to worry about it wiggling down the bolt. I usually tend to leave them in. I don't really know which way is easier. I feel like they're both pretty much the same. And then lastly, you also have a 19 up there and a 19 nut on the back. So you're going to need a wrench and a ratchet. You can't get an impact up there, unfortunately. And then that's pretty much it, and it just kind of falls down. So make sure you have the diff supported and the subframe supported if you're going to drop it together. These are all Allen keys. If you want to go through and remove the diff first, honestly, if you're just going to remove the diff, then you have 19s on the top or 17s on the top, and then the Allens, and then this whole thing will drop out. And then obviously, if you watched the last video, we already took the drive shaft out. That's a must. You have to do that first before anything. I'll put a disclaimer in the beginning. So if you're just removing the diff, you'll just Allens, 19s and the 17s up top and drop it itself. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend removing the trailing arms until after. If you're just gonna swap them, if you're just swapping trailing arms, I still recommend just dropping the subframe. I think it's still easier to get to instead of trying to wedge up in there to try to get the bolts out. So I'm gonna quickly, like I said, it's gonna go quick. So I'm gonna undo the diff and the subframe and get that starting to come down. And then we'll just have to undo these, and then the whole rear end will just be out, ready to go. So there we go, got the table card on there. As it's slowly coming down, it's nice and flat, which is what you want. As you can see. And I'm pretty sure it's actually out on both sides, which is great. Oh, that side might not be out. But anyway, now I'm going to get to the 19s, take these off real quick, and then this thing will be ready to pull. So there you go. After you get those off, the 2 19s, everything is disconnected. Rear subframe is actually pretty simple. If you're pulling it all together, if you're trying to pull like an individual piece, it's a pain. The diff's so much easier to get to once it's out and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, and we'll close up the video. There you go. There's the complete dropout out of the E30. Stay tuned for next video on going over the complete interior teardown. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @TheMassDriver. If you need any E30, E36M3, Z3M parts, hit my parts page at Rage It Parts. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.